Nearly $45 million more cut from Oklahoma's ailing education budget. Authorities answer for their lack of action in Florida and how some Oklahomans are using cannabis legally before the medical vote in June. This is OU Nightly. Good evening, I'm Will Cornelius. Welcome to OU Nightly.
And I'm Olivia Whitehead. Oklahoma teachers and students say they are fed up with continuing cuts to education.
That's because after years of slashed budgets, the Oklahoma legislature has approved another cut of $44.7 million to education. This is after they failed to approve a package of tax increases that would have included a pay raise for teachers. Governor Fallin is expected to sign the bill this week.
Friday, hundreds of Bartlesville High School students walked out of class to protest the cuts. Now we know some teachers may be considering a walkout too. Reagan Ledbetter has the story from the state capitol.
Oklahoma is not alone in the controversy over teacher pay. Day 3 of a teacher strike in West Virginia shut down all schools, making the map of the red state even more red. But Oklahoma is right there with them at the bottom of the barrel. Now the question lingering after Step Up Oklahoma was voted down: will Oklahoma see a statewide teacher strike as well?
I don't think unilateral teacher walkouts are going to happen. I think that from what I've talked to, my teacher friends are smart. They're like, well, we need OEA, we need AFT to back this thing, like in 1990.
In 1990, half of Oklahoma's 36,000 teachers went on strike after the state Senate killed an education bill that would include pay raises. Many are pointing fingers that will happen again, but the issue is, in 1990, there was a bill ready for action on the table. This year, there isn't. So a strike could go on indefinitely. The attempts to raise revenue have failed so far with the penny tax and Step Up Oklahoma.
We need proper funding. We need the respect returned back to our teachers. We need more than just lip service, which is what we've gotten up here.
In 1990, Oklahoma was ranked 48th in teacher pay. Fast forward nearly 30 years, the state is now 49th. 30 years ago, West Virginia went on a strike for pay raises. Now they have again.
It's not just about teacher pay. Please don't think it is about teacher pay. That's one part of it. It's the respect or the lack thereof for really pretty much people in the legislature towards educators and public educators especially.
It is unclear whether teachers will participate in a walkout, but a school shutdown is still possible.
If things don't change, I think we really could see a full school shutdown statewide.
Budget cuts to education are mounting, adding salt to the wound for teachers in Oklahoma. Both parties continue to scramble to find a solution as the state education department stands to lose $16.2 million. Reagan Ledbetter, OU Nightly.
Current budget cuts this week are from the budget for the current fiscal year. Legislators will still vote on a budget for next year that may or may not include more funding for education and a teacher pay raise.
And teachers around the country are also talking about a proposal that they get training to carry firearms. Mental health and gun control are also hot topics in the wake of the shooting at Florida's Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. Ashley Eddy joins us in the news center with an update on the massacre and what authorities didn't do.
That's right. President Trump spoke today about the lack of action from deputies during the Florida school shooting, particularly Scott Peterson, the armed school resource officer who stayed outside the school as the shooting unfolded. He described the way the deputies performed as, quote, frankly disgusting, and that they weren't exactly Medal of Honor winners. Trump went on to say that you don't know until you're tested, but I think I really believe I'd really run in there even if I didn't have a weapon. In addition to Trump's comments, today was an emotional day as students and teachers returned to Stoneman Douglas High School for the first time since the shooting. This is what some of the students had to say about their return.
It was really scary. I didn't know how I was going to feel when I went in and I saw the fence around the freshman building. And all the windows were covered, and we just gave each other hugs, and I'm just happy a lot of my friends decided to show up, because without them I wouldn't have been able to do it.
I was anxious and nervous at first. I think it will be a day to adjust, a day to spend time with friends and teachers. It's going to be hard, but it'll be nice to be back home.
And finally, the Supreme Court said today that it will stay out of the dispute concerning the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program for now. This means participants will still be able to renew their status at this time. Currently, this will also lessen pressure on Congress to act on a permanent solution for DACA and its roughly 700,000 undocumented immigrants who came to the U.S. as children. And Olivia, the Pentagon confirmed today that the first transgender person has signed a contract to join the U.S. military. This possible after a federal judge ruled that the military must accept transgender recruits.
Thanks, Ashley. February is almost over, but the month ending marks the start of something else, tornado season. With spring right around the corner, emergency managers, weather service forecasters, insurance companies, and storm chasers are coming together to discuss public safety during severe weather. The National Tornado Summit in Oklahoma City got started today with an open house tour of the National Weather Center. Attendees were welcomed into the Weather Center to check out federal and state agencies and explore some of the research being done at the School of Meteorology.
We're here with the research vehicles as well, just to talk about the science that we're doing, the storm chasing when we're out in the field.
The summit runs tomorrow and Wednesday, but must be registered to attend.
Well, Olivia, it looks like we're not going to have to worry about tornadoes today much, are we?
No, Michael, what's it like outside?
Well, guys, there's definitely no tornadoes in the area right now. It's actually clear skies outside if you did walk outside right now. This is the rainfall deficit graphic. Now, this is the rain below normal over the last 30 days. Now, last week, most of the state was covered, did have some deficit, but now it's mostly out in western Oklahoma where they got a little bit less precipitation over the last week. Now, unfortunately, that's also where we have the strongest amount of drought right now. But so hopefully they get some more chances from rain. About mid to high 60s for across the state right now. And we got some thunderstorms coming, some more rain chances, and the roller coaster temperature might end.
Well, thank you, Michael. And Oklahoma will vote to legalize the use of marijuana for medicinal purposes coming up in June. But some Oklahomans are already using a chemical form of the cannabis plant. Amina Switzer talked to one Oklahoman who's getting in on the ground level of this new medical development.
Amberry Health has over 50 different products that are manufactured right here in Oklahoma.
That's Jimmy Shannon, COO and partner of Amberry Health. He decided to start selling products containing the cannabinoid CBD after he found products that worked for him.
I use our vape additive, flavorless, and I also use a daily tincture for both insomnia as well as anxiety.
There's a lot of general confusion about what CBD is, where it comes from, and most importantly, how it can be used. Shannon says that federal laws don't make the rules clear.
Federally, the law concerning CBD isn't necessarily defined, which is very confusing to a lot of manufacturers because they believe as though, because of the 2014 Federal Farm Bill, as long as it contains less than 0.3% THC, that it's legal in all 50 states. And again, that is incorrect.
The federal farm bill Shannon mentioned says that growing or cultivating hemp is legal as long as its THC content, the cannabinoid that people use as a recreational drug, is less than 0.3%. The bill mentions nothing about CBD. According to the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drugs, CBD products containing any amount of THC are illegal. However, the products that have been tested and proven to be THC-free are available right here in Norman. Wendy Thompson owns a store that sells Amberry products. She says she has repeat customers who frequent her store to buy and share Shannon's product.
He loves it so much that he's now buying it and taking it to his friends all over the United States, and now they're coming in and buying it.
While the confusion about the legalities of CBD has even made its way to newspaper headlines, Shannon is determined to clear up the fog surrounding this new industry and educate Oklahomans. He says CBD is here to stay. Amina Switzer, OU Nightly.
Now, the medical marijuana vote will be held on June 26. You must be registered to vote. Those approaching legal voting age can register 90 days prior to their 18th birthday.
Still ahead on OU Nightly, OU students take a stand against dating violence.
Plus, one new machine on OU's campus can help you keep track of your New Year's resolution. Stick with us. Welcome back to OU Nightly. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says that 1 in 5 college students experience dating violence. OU's Gender and Equality Center is hosting the Red Flag campaign right here on campus. The campaign is meant to address and prevent sexual assault, dating violence, and stalking on college campuses. The red flag serves as a warning sign.
We're out here with some red flags so students can write what a healthy relationship means to them, aspects of healthy relationships.
Red flag campaign booth will be up Tuesday and Wednesday during lunch right here on OU South Oval.
And now Kyle Payne joins us in Health Beat with a medical phenomenon in India.
Dr. Trimurti Nadkarni removed a 4-pound tumor, the largest in the world, from St. Lal Paul's head on February 14th, but the information wasn't released to the public until Paul was in stable condition. Pressure against his optic nerve caused Paul to go blind, but the mass shows no signs of being cancerous. He's recovering, and doctors believe he has a 50% chance to regain his sight. And the Sarkis Fitness Center has an interesting way of measuring your fitness goals. OU Wellness provided the Sarkis Fitness Center with an InBody machine free to OU students. The InBody machine reveals your body composition by looking at your water mass, body fat, lean muscle, and lean tissue mass. The machine records your measurements within 15 seconds and keeps it on record to help you track your fitness goals. InBody helps you focus your fitness by giving very specific results.
It gives you the segmental lean analysis, which shows you when you look at your trunk versus your arms and your legs, the amount of muscle that you have in those different areas.
OU Wellness has also provided the one-use store in the Oklahoma Memorial Union building with an InBody machine. And after the flu hit its high point at the beginning of February, the number of hospitalizations is trending down. Across our state and the nation, total numbers for doctor's visits are shrinking, but the season is still in full swing. Oklahoma sits at number 2 in flu activity per capita, and with 300 new hospitalizations and 5 more deaths, doctors believe the flu will remain a problem well into March. For next year, doctors are already recommending making the switch from the traditional shot to Flu Mist, the nasal spray version of the vaccine. And guys, in Japan, a drug that can cure the flu in one single day called Xofluza was approved.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank
and
you.
After all that ice we got last week, it's been nice to walk around in shorts today, hasn't it, Olivia?
Yeah, I don't think we're out of the woods yet. Michael, what's the Sooner State have in store for us next?
Well, we're going to have some pretty warm temperatures outside and a chance of some thunderstorms. I will have more on that coming up. With your forecast today, looking at the Sooner Sky Network right now, the cameras, they're all pretty clear outside. Pretty much clear across the state right now. 65 degrees here in Norman. Got some winds coming out south-southeast at 15 miles per hour. And it's going to be a nice day, but that's going to change. We might have some thunderstorms start coming in tomorrow. As you'll see, we do have this cold front that's going to start pushing in with this dry line off to our east. Now we're going to get some of that nice, warm, moist air coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to give us a chance for some thunderstorms tomorrow. And the rain will probably stop, but then Wednesday morning, we're probably going to see some more rain in the morning time. And the closer we're getting to this, it looks like we might get more and more rain, but that remains to be seen. And then as the cold front begins to finally push through, we will clear out, and it's going to start getting a little sunnier over the next couple of days. Now tonight, it's going to be pretty warm, going down to about 48 degrees, with the lows being about mid-40s across the state. It's going to be a little bit cloudy. You're just starting to see those clouds coming as we reach those morning hours. And as with day planner, around noon is when we're going to start seeing those storms. Those thunderstorms are going to start pushing in as we work our way into the evening. And now, highs for tomorrow, about mid-50s across most of the state, maybe some mid-60s in the areas to the east where they won't be seeing the rain as early as we will. So they are going to warm up a little bit more than we are. Now, tomorrow we do have those thunderstorms in the afternoon and some morning rain on Wednesday with those clouds coming in. As we look at the rest of the week, we will start to see that sun shine for a couple of days before we hit the weekend. And by the weekend, we will see maybe some more rain chances popping in as another front begins to move through.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good because the state's in a drought right now, so we need that rain right now.
Oh yeah, especially in the west.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Spring sports are back in action.
That's right. It was a big weekend for baseball and golf, wasn't it, Lauren?
That is right, Will. I've got a full OU lineup today. One freshman golfer made history Sunday, plus fans finally saw a smile out of superstar Trae Young. Don't go anywhere. Sports is next. Welcome back. March Madness is right around the corner and Oklahoma hoops is on fire. Let's kick this week off right with the dominating ladies. The Sooners clinched their 4th straight at the LNC Saturday against Texas Tech, 79-61, their 15th straight over the Red Raiders. Senior Vivi Pierre-Louise snagged her 3rd straight double-double, racking up 19 points and 12 rebounds, claiming her 3rd ever Big 12 Player of the Week honors. The women wrap up conference play in Austin tomorrow against rival Texas. As for the men, they finally saw a win this weekend, and the young star is back. Rachel Roberts is here with more. Rachel?
That's right, Lauren, and that win snapped the Sooners' 6-game losing streak. Oklahoma had not won since January 30th, dropping 2 straight at home, but Trae Young was back in his groove, scoring 28 points and added 7 assists, bouncing back from a season low in a loss to Kansas last week. And even more impressive, Young matched his 11-point total in last week's game in the first 8 minutes against Kansas State. He opened the game with a deep 3 and closed out the half with 18. Christian James added 15 and Brady Manick had 10 to help the Sooners top the Wildcats 86-77. This win was crucial for the Sooners' NCAA tournament hopes, and Coach Kruger had more to say on the Sooners' approach from the start.
I thought so, yeah. Again, you always want to do that. Again, when when things get off to a good start, you make some shots early. That kind of picks everyone up. I thought defensively we were more active, more involved, more engaged, and we got to keep doing a better job on both ends.
The Sooners are on the road for the final time in regular season play, facing Baylor on Tuesday in Waco. Lauren?
Thank you, Rachel. Speaking of superstar freshman Norman natives, freshman golfer Caitlin Milligan didn't need any mulligans Sunday to shoot an OU and Big 12 record low 62 in the first round of the Westbrook Invitational. Milligan shot 10 under, birdieing 10 holes, including 5 of her final 7, and she wrapped up 18 holes bogey-free. Oh, and the Sooners took first today, shooting an .839, the lowest tournament score in OU history. And some busy OU track student athletes will be on Sooner Sports Pad tonight. Here's Collin Kennedy with more. Collin?
That's right, Lauren. It's another jam-packed episode of Sooner Sports Pad tonight. High-jumping freshman Vernon Turner and shot-putting star Jess Woodard will join us in the studio. We'll also have a story on gymnastics superstar Maggie Nichols. Join us at 7:30 on Fox College Sports Central or on Fox Sports Oklahoma at 10 o'clock. And Lauren, if you miss us tonight, you can see the replay right here after tomorrow's newscast.
Well, thank you, Collin. Oklahoma baseball finished up its home opening weekend with a sweet Sunday walk-off. Freshman Kay Cavalli ran home to beat Valparaiso 3-2 off sophomore Brandon Zaragoza's hit to right field. The first walk-off finish so far this season concluded the Sooners' 3-win weekend. OU defeated Holy Cross 11-5 earlier Sunday and 1-0 Saturday to make its record even at 4-4. And guys, take a look at this. Iowa basketball point guard Jordan Bohannon ended his free throw record to honor a former Hawkeye. Bohannon purposefully hit the front of the rim on what would have been his 35th consecutive. He missed to tie Chris Street's record, a former player who died in a car crash in 1993, saying it wasn't his record to have. Well, guys, to me, that's probably the most selfless thing that you can do.
Honestly, I mean, you see something heartwarming like that in a basketball game. It's just, people are nice.
Absolutely, yes.
Exactly.
Sticking up for his team. Well, thank you,
Yes.
Lauren. Still to come on OU Nightly, Black Panther stands tall at the box office. Stay with us.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes
This is an OU Nightly Update. I'm Sarah Beth Guevara. The city of Norman has thieves to blame for some dark streets. The city's public works director says copper thieves pulled the wiring out of street lamps near I-35 and Tecumseh Road. And in Garvin County, the owners of a legally operating hemp store say they were not growing marijuana in their home. This despite sheriff's deputies who say they discovered 65 pot plants on the property. The couple has pleaded not guilty to charges. This has been an OU Nightly Update. Back to you.
Marvel's newest movie, Black Panther, has hit over $700 million in only 10 days. It is one of 4 movies to make over $1 million in its second week, alongside Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Jurassic World, and The Avengers. Director Ryan Coogler has already broken records with the largest opening for an African-American director. With the record-breaking success, this film could encourage more diverse casts and stories in future Hollywood movies. Well, I mean, I haven't seen the movie yet, but this kind of makes me want to see it.
Honestly, yeah, I haven't gotten out to the movie theaters yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. And you know what else I'm looking forward to? The weather fact of the day. Michael, what you got for us?
Well, for today's weather fact, we actually have something pretty interesting. there was an Arctic storm up in in Europe, and it brought Rome its first snowfall in 6 years. Quite a bit of snow that fell on the city. But we take one more look at that 7-day. You will see this weekend we are going to be warming back up after we do get those 50-degree temperatures on Friday and Saturday.
Well, it'll be great. I think we'll get some more outdoor activities. I've been out and about a bit more with the weather going on.
I'm so excited that's not as cold.
Yeah, definitely. Big transition from last week.
Oh yeah, not all the ice on the ground. I actually got to go skating on it.
Really?
There you go.
Nice. Well, thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.